Robert fucking F. Kennedy Jr., head of HHS, which is just a great idea to put a scion of an extremely rich family as head of anything. But let's just ignore that. He has gone in and he's making America healthy again. And one of the things he's doing is banning soda from being purchased with SNAP benefits or any sort of benefits. So basically, poor people who rely on stamps, food stamps, or ABT or whatever you want to call it, or even SNAP, they will be no longer able to purchase soda. No Coke, no Pepsi, no Sprite, no 7-Up, none of it. And this is supposedly to make America healthy again. And this is, of course, one of many things that RFK is doing, taking certain dyes, food dyes, out of potato chips and Frito-Lay and whatever. And he wants to lower medicine costs to match other countries, which everything he's doing is just simply a Band-Aid on a much bigger issue. The issue is really capitalism, and the issue is lobbying and the money in politics. And if RFK really wanted to make America healthy again, or healthier, he would provide Americans with a public option, Medicare for all. That's what would happen. He would advocate for that. But RFK hates that idea because he's a rich guy and he doesn't want to pay any more taxes, and he doesn't really care if poor people are taken care of. RFK is an ego fucking maniac who thinks he's going to win the presidency, but that's not really what this is about. No, what this is about is a ban on soda. Now think about that. Or did we all forget that the outrage that MAGA and Republicans and conservatives all over the interwebs, all over Fox News, were outraged at New York City trying to ban large amounts of soda because it's unhealthy for their citizens? This was the outrage that MAGA, how dare you tell us that we can't drink soda in the city, that you're going to ban soda? How dare you tell us that we have to use paper straws? No, bring back plastic straws because it's so necessary to drink with a straw. This is MAGA. This is opposite of what MAGA bitches and complains about. This just keeps happening with this administration. Have you noticed? Everything that MAGA seem to be upset about they're no longer upset about it as long as the Trump administration does it. They're all coping with the Epstein files. Every single fucking conservative podcaster in America for the last 8 years has been railing on about these fucking Epstein files. There's been whole podcasts built on the Epstein files. And it's still in the news. The Congress is going to subpoena the Clintons and a few other people to bring them in and have conversations about Ghislaine Maxwell and Epstein and a bunch of bullshit. It's all theater to get people to stop paying attention to this. Or it's all theater for people to feel like they're doing something about this when they're really not, when nobody in a position of authority is really doing shit. And of course, but MAGA has gone back in a record time. MAGA should be in the Guinness Book of World Records for going against every bullshit principle that they all pretended to have. They're going against child sex abuse, trafficking. I still support Donald Trump, even though I engaged in this QAnon bullshit for fucking 8 years and bought into Marjorie Taylor Greene's bullshit and bought into all these other fucking lying sacks of shit, right? And I'm fine with them covering up the Epstein files as long as it's our guy covering it up. If it was Joe Biden, or if it was, God forbid, a Democrat, or Bill Gates, or somebody in a position of authority that they really don't like for vaccine safety or whatever fucking reason, then they would be they would be outraged. But they're not, because it's Trump. It's their demigod. They wear shirts. I mean, MAGA goes to Mexico and wears MAGA shirts and gets made fun of and told can you imagine how dumb you'd have to be to go to Mexico of all countries and wear a MAGA hat and stay and eat at a restaurant or stay at a hotel room? Do you know how much shit and piss and hair is in your food? Do you have any idea? Americans are not well received right now, and wearing MAGA in Mexico when you've blamed Mexico for everything and put these tariffs on and all this bullshit for no reason, just because you're a spiteful piece of shit who hates the other and wants people to blame. It's this divide and conquer strategy that's been going on since the beginning of fucking time. Distract the poor people by hating each other instead of hating the billionaires that have enslaved them, their kids and their family and their grandchildren and stolen their future. But MAGA has zero integrity. MAGA has no integrity. Now they're perfectly fine with RFK banning SNAP benefits and welfare benefits, food stamps and benefits from not allowing people to drink soda. Wasn't this our right as Americans to drink and eat and smoke and do whatever we want as long as it's legal? But now you're taking that away from people? And a lot of the people, I know there's MAGA people who are on benefits, who are constantly online talking about how this is affecting them, and they're morbidly obese, and they're blah, 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 and they're miserable, and they're unhealthy. But they would be damned if anyone tells them what they can put inside their own bodies. These are the same vaccine people, the same people that are pissed off about the vaccines, but only ignore it that it was Donald Trump who did Project Warp Speed and put the vaccines into mass production quickly with very little testing. This MAGA has no integrity. They don't believe in anything. They believe in symbolism, because none of them can probably read past other than the rich people at the high levels that are just using Trump's administration for an ATM machine, right? Or so they can keep up buying stocks or keep this ridiculous stock market twice the value of the American GDP and the economy, which makes absolutely no sense to any economist in the history of mankind. There's just been so much cheap money flowing into from the Fed and from fucking VC capitalists and all these we've turned everything into a fucking casino in this country. Everything's a fucking gamble now. And now MAGA doesn't really care about personal rights. And they'll justify it by saying, well, we shouldn't have people on welfare eating unhealthy foods. Really? But they can buy, bleached rice and cereal still? Cereal is one of the worst things you can fucking eat. They're still allowed to buy cereal. Are we still allowed to buy milk? Are we still allowed to drink chocolate milk? Are we still allowed to, is Gatorade okay? Is that okay if mighty government telling me what I to do with my body? Is that okay? Is it okay if I make a choice whether I want those dyes in my food or not? Is that not okay? Isn't this MAGA's whole fucking thing? Is choice, personal choice? Except for when it concerns abortion. Like, what kind of hypocritical shit? MAGA, you have no integrity. And I know people know this already. It's not like some big secret that MAGA has no fucking integrity. But they have no fucking integrity. Like, there's nothing. They bent the knee to the Epstein children's. They're all taking 13-year-olds around and having them have sex with famous rich people and powerful people. This was their whole fucking thing. This was their whole thing. And in 8 months, they completely reversed their course. Now they don't really give a shit about children. What? No, Trump's in the office. Fuck, what do we... Look the other way. Our elitist is now in there. I can't believe this. And when RFK stands there in front of the American people, because RFK is delusional and thinks that someday he's going to be president, he thinks he's going to be one of these people, because Trump will be gone in 4 years, 3 years, 3 years and whatever it is now. He'll be gone, and then MAGA will have, there will somebody that has to pick up the MAGA brand, right? It'll try to be J.D. Vance, but J.D. Vance is profoundly unlikable, and MAGA doesn't really trust him. It won't be Ted Cruz, because Ted Cruz is a slimy shit who in a national debate would get routinely embarrassed and would be embarrassed in his own primary. It's not going to be Ted Cruz. It's not going to be Marco Rubio, because Marco Rubio is a fucking joke. He's a clown. I would just repeated him of doing when he rebuked the state, when he did his answer to the State of the Union, he kept drinking water. He kept awkwardly, because he couldn't stay hydrated. He's not going to win. And he's Latin. You think MAGA's going to vote for you? It's not going to be Pam Bondi, because she's a woman. It's not going to be... it's not going to be Boebert. It's not going to be Marjorie Taylor Greene. It's not going to be any of these people. They're going to find some, or they won't, because MAGA is a difficult role to fill, because you need an actor to fill it. You need an actor like Trump is. He's completely full of shit. He's a professional liar, just like an actor. That's all actors are. They're just really attractive liars. Well, he's just, it's what they call Hollywood, right? What they call Washington, Hollywood for ugly people. That's Donald Trump and his whole cabinet. So MAGA has to get everything it can now. That's why all of this fucking move fast and break shit, Silicon Valley nonsense. That's why they're gutting everything as quickly as they possibly can, because they know the economy's going to fail. They already know it's failing. They already know we're heading towards a recession, but they keep these bullshit numbers up, the stock market and things that don't have any indication about how people are broke and how working class people and lower class middle people are actually surviving and middle-class people are actually surviving. They're ignoring all of the economic data. Credit card defaults, student loan defaults, people not buying vehicles, nobody can afford it. The housing is at an all-time low as far as people selling their homes. People aren't going on vacations as much. They're not flying as much. People from other countries aren't coming in here as much. They're losing tourism in every place from Las Vegas to Delaware. And now MAGA, in its final stand of defiance, and it's standing up to corruption, and it's draining the swamp, and they want control. They want to be able to say what they can do with their own bodies. They don't want to be force vaccinated. They don't want to have fucking wear masks. They don't want, because that's for dumb shit Democrats and dumb liberals. And we don't want a soda ban in New York City. We don't want that. That's an infringement of our freedoms. But when RFK does it to poor people, it's perfectly fine. We're good with that because it is welfare after all. And soda, do you drink soda? Well, yes, I enjoy Diet Coke here and there. So does the president. In fact, the president is a Diet Coke addict. He's an aspartame addict. I mean, it's fairly obvious. But it's all right for me, but not all right for thee. And MAGA has done exactly what all of the things that they complained that Democrats were doing, they have done that. Democrats never wanted to ban soda from people on SNAP benefits and welfare to buy soda. What's next? What else do you ban? You're going to ban anything Hostess? You're going to ban all sugar? No. Poor people, you're the problem. You're the fat ones. You're all the fatties. So you need to lose weight. And I'm not going to provide health care, and I'm not going to provide a jobs program for you and wherever you live so you don't have to be on SNAP benefits. I'm not going to provide any medical coverage for you unless you're so poor that you can afford, that you qualify for it. I'm not giving you anything for your tax dollars, and now I'm taking away your corn syrup drink. And MAGA is peep, crickets. These were the same people that were yelling. I think it was even a Republican at the time who was mayor. It was Mayor Bloomberg. And he was just trying to get rid of large sodas. I just remember the fucking outrage on Fox News because Fox is in New York. And Fox is like, it's all outrage porn. Do you really think these people are drinking soda? No. I mean, they are. Everyone drinks soda. I don't, but a lot of people do. But this outrage only exists to everything else but Donald Trump. There is no criticism of Donald Trump. They have no integrity. They're low integrity, low IQ, emotionally immature, intellectually dishonest children. And they love authority. And they love the notion of authority. And they love the idea of people suffering from authority, as long as it's not them. So, hey, congratulations, MAGA, on that freedom. It's really cool of you to let us know that the freedom that you want from in America is just for you. It sounds like fascism, doesn't it? What a bunch of fucking idiots. I've said this before, I'll just wrap it up. MAGA is symbolists. They're flags. MAGA are flags. I made a video about it. They love crosses. They love Bibles. They love the flag, the United States flag, and know nothing about the history of any of them. Nothing. And now, MAGA is doing to them what they said was terrible and shouldn't be done in New York City. And it's being done to the poorest of our society. So you're just taking advantage. Just taking advantage of poor people and taking something that probably they like and probably that poor people, that we sell every single grocery store in America, every single gas station, and now they're not allowed to have any of it if they're on benefits. What a fucking contradiction. What a bunch of intellectual fucking jokes MAGA is. Intellectual. You shouldn't even use that sentence. Thanks for listening.